In this episode, we pedal 58 miles from Montezuma to Fayetteville. Along the way, we stop at Port Byron, Old Erie Canal Heritage Park, explore the historic village of Jordan, visit the Erie Canal Park in Camillus, and cross the impressive 9 Mile Creek Aqueduct. We also roll through Syracuse, our first major city since Buffalo, before wrapping up the day at beautiful Green Lakes State Park. We started our journey in Buffalo, taking our first detour on day 1 to Niagara Falls and staying in a commercial campground. Continuing east, we camped along the canal in Middleport and at Lock 33 in Rochester. Next, we stayed 2 nights at a commercial campground in Montezuma and took a short side trip to Seneca Falls on our day off. Well rested, we headed to Green Lake State Park in Fayetteville. Our last night of camping was at Lock 20 in Marcy. After our longest day of riding, we stayed at a hotel in Amsterdam. On our final day, we pedaled to Albany in the rain and celebrated our accomplishment at an Airbnb.
In my opinion, I was thinking about maybe using
Mike's mattress was come up flat last night. My pillow didn't come up completely flat, but lost a lot of air. I pumped it up in the middle of the night. Who else is having woes?
We're
almost there. 5 minutes.
What's going on in here?
5 minutes, yeah.
Shooting for an early start here. It's a little after 8. It's 8:40 now. If we get out in the next 5 minutes, it'll be our earliest start. Otherwise, it'll be about the same as the last normal day. Yesterday was a rest day. Today we're working our way to Syracuse, probably about 44 miles. There's lots of cool things to see on the way. Looking forward to it. Today is Sunday, and the only reason I know that is because I looked at my watch and it told me it's almost 80 degrees already. We are expecting some showers today, and we're back on the road again. I think we've got a few more miles before we hit trail. After about 7 miles of road riding, we reached our first stop of the day, the Port Byron Old Erie Canal Heritage Park. The park is accessible directly from the trail, and it also serves as a rest area for eastbound travelers on Interstate 90. Opened in 2016, the Heritage Park gives visitors a rare chance to walk through the historic enlarged Erie Canal Lock number 52 and explore restored buildings such as the Erie House Saloon, the Blacksmith Shop, and the Mule Barn. The Visitor Center features informative exhibits, clean restrooms, and plenty to learn about the canal's history. The volunteers, like Rosa at the Visitor Center, are welcoming, knowledgeable, and always happy to answer questions. We're walking through Old Lock number 52 in Port Byron, New York. You can see this right off the highway. You don't have to pedal all the way like we did. Lock 52 was built in 1853 during the first enlargement of the Erie Canal, and it served the canal for more than 6 decades until the last boats passed through in 1917. The original Lock 52 sat southeast of this location, while today's modern barge canal runs about 3 miles to the north along the Seneca River. The Erie House Saloon opened around 1895. Like many saloons along the towpath, it thrived near Lock 52, where boat crews often had to wait their turn. What's truly remarkable is that nearly everything inside the Erie House is original. The proprietor and his descendants lived here until 1993, preserving the building and its contents until work began to create this park. With the opening of the modern barge canal, mule-drawn boats disappeared as engine power took over, bringing an end to the era that places like the Erie House once served. Just wrapped up our visit to the Port Byron Old Erie Canal Heritage Park. Wow, that was a great place. Don't miss it. It's free, bathrooms, a lot of historical stuff to see there. Looks like we're gonna get some rain, so hopefully not too much. It's on its way. The Centerport Aqueduct was completed in 1855, featuring a trough that measured roughly 60 feet long and 50 feet wide. Its structure was supported by massive 16-inch square oak beams and a 4-inch thick pine plank floor, all cradled securely by masonry supports. We rolled into Centerport for a quick recharge before continuing on toward Jordan. The town of Jordan has transformed the old canal bed near Skaneateles Creek Aqueduct into a beautiful park. Built in 1841 during the Erie Canal's enlargement, the Jordan Aqueduct spans Skaneateles Creek with 4 graceful arches and stretches an impressive 105 feet 6 inches in length. This rare original lock tender's house once stood at the west end of Lock 51 before being moved here and restored in 1988. The canal boat family spent the entire season, May through December, living in extremely cramped quarters. They had no running water and no onboard bathrooms, and daily life was centered around hard work. Even the children served as deckhands and only attended school during the off-season. The Erie Canal Park in Camillus marks the halfway point between the canal's original termini in Albany and Buffalo. The park preserves a 7-mile stretch of the historic waterway and includes notable sites such as the restored 9 Mile Creek Aqueduct, replica of Sim Stores, and the Lock 50 Lock House. They also offer 45-minute narrated boat rides that actually carry you across the 9 Mile Creek Aqueduct. We had planned to take the tour, but unfortunately the boat was already sold out. The 9 Mile Creek Aqueduct stretches 144 feet in length, and it's supported by 4 stone arches that once carried the towpath across the creek. It was in service from 1845 until 1918, when the current barge canal opened and this section of the old canal was abandoned. Restored and reopened in 2009, it now stands as the only fully restored navigable aqueduct on the first enlargement of the Erie Canal. As we made our way into Syracuse, the trail left the old canal towpath, passed through the New York State Fairgrounds, and then followed the western shoreline of Onondaga Lake towards Onondaga Creek in the Inner Harbor. Yesterday I got stung by a bee right behind my left knee, and it feels like, like when you get a shot and it's sore, the muscle is sore for a little while. Still feels like that today. I'm feeling it. After navigating a few blocks of city streets, we arrived at Dinosaur Barbecue, our much-anticipated lunch stop. We had a short wait for a table, but the food was well worth it. Our timing couldn't have been better. A heavy downpour rolled through while we were eating, but it cleared out just in time for us to get back on the trail. Unfortunately, the Erie Canal Museum was closed when we passed by. It's housed in the historic Syracuse Waylock, one of only 7 built along the canal and the only one still standing today. These waylocks played a crucial role in the canal's operation, lifting boats out of the water to measure their cargo weight and calculate the tolls owed. In the town of DeWitt, we entered the Old Erie Canal State Historic Park, a 36-mile trail that follows the original towpath of the enlarged Erie Canal all the way to Rome. At the western end of the park sits the Butternut Creek Aqueduct. Built in 1856 as part of the canal enlargement, this 80-foot, 3-span structure carried canal boats high above the creek below. A short distance away is the Limestone Creek Aqueduct, also completed in 1856. Nearly the same size at 79 feet 10 inches long, it too features 3 spans and once served as an important water bridge over the canal route. Over the years, several aqueducts in the park, including these, have been modified to restore the waterway for recreation. In this image, you can see added concrete dams on both sides, the concrete trough that now carries the water, and the reinforced buttresses that support the structure. Although it was technically navigable, the Fayetteville feeder canal was primarily built to supply water to the enlarged Erie Canal. We followed it into town on our way to visit Deb's aunt. She welcomed us with ice-cold Gatorade and even sent us off to camp with Jersey Mike's subs for dinner. After rolling into camp around 7:30 p.m., we set up our tents and enjoyed these delicious subs. Many thanks to Deb's aunt for the hospitality. Don't miss the next video where we soaked in the spectacular scenery at Green Lake State Park before setting our sights on Loch 20 in Marcy. Along the way, we stopped at Canastota and Rome and visited 2 key Revolutionary War sites, Fort Stanwix National Monument and Oriskany Battlefield State Historic Park. We wrapped up the day at camp with a little surprise celebration for Greg's 66th trip around the sun.